Balancing a 9 to 5 with YouTube may feel impossible, but it doesn't have to be. As a full-time software engineer, I struggle to stay consistent with content creation, but after a lot of trial and error, I figured out a system that works without burning out. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how I balance my job and YouTube and take you through the process of filming to editing to staying consistent. If you're a busy creator, stick around, and if this helps, drop a comment with your biggest struggle and let's help each other out. Moving into section 1, let's talk about the biggest struggles. So before I found a system that worked for me, I faced 3 major challenges. The first one being finding time to film and edit. So after working a long 8-hour day, the last thing that I wanted to do was to record a video. Number 2 was overthinking content. I felt like I wasted too much time perfecting scripts instead of just pressing the record button. And number 3 was rushing content. Some weeks I rushed things to keep a consistent schedule. I knew the quality wasn't great, and if I was to do that consistently, I know it hurt the growth of my channel in the future. And that's when I realized I needed a structured workflow to make content without overwhelming myself. And that's when I came up with this system, which will lead us into section 2. So now I'm going to introduce the 4 key strategies that I use to stay consistent with filming content. Number 1 is batching content, which means filming on weekends. So I dedicate my weekends to film about 2 or 3 videos in one session. That way I don't have to worry about recording during the work week, unless it's a video such as a day in the life. Number 2 is planning in advance, and I use Notion for this. So I don't waste time brainstorming last minute ideas. Instead, I keep a list of video ideas in Notion and outline scripts during my lunch breaks or my commute in the morning. Number 3 is editing in small chunks. So editing used to take forever until I broke it down into smaller tasks. So I kind of break it down into 3 days in the week. Day 1 would be a rough cut where I remove mistakes and get the timeline in an order that makes sense. Day 2 would be add b-roll, music and text to the video. And day 3 would be the final tweaks plus getting it ready for an upload, so the title and thumbnail, get all of that ready. This way I'm only spending about 30 to 45 minutes per day, which makes it more manageable with a 9 to 5. And number 4 is using AI and automation. So I speed things up by using ChatGPT for script ideas, I use DaVinci Resolve for editing, and I use Canva for thumbnails. Jumping into section 3, I want to talk about my realistic weekly schedule. So on Monday to Friday, which is my 9 to 5 job, I plan my content during my lunch breaks, or if I get up a little bit earlier, I'll do some planning in the morning. And I also edit short segments after work for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Saturday would be my filming day, where I try to record between 2 and 3 videos in one sitting. And then Sunday is usually where I do any final amendments to my editing and get the upload ready for the week. So I spend the morning editing, make sure the video is perfect, and then I'll schedule that upload for later in the day. And by doing this, I stay consistent without overwhelming myself and also utilizing the weekends more efficiently so I can plan out my weeks better. So if you're juggling a 9 to 5 and YouTube, just know that it's 100% possible. The key to it is planning, batching, and using your small time blocks effectively. Let me know in the comments what your biggest challenge is when it comes to balancing work and content creation. And if you want to see more behind the scenes of my content and workflow, subscribe because I have more exciting videos coming up soon.